We hear from you guys on Patriots Today by Chat Sports, answering your questions surrounding trade rumors, draft rumors, NFL Combine news, NFL free agency rumors, and let's just be honest, everything surrounding the New England Patriots. Thank you to everybody that sent in a question for this week's mailbag, but your job's not done yet. We are in a subscriber battle for the month of February with the Jets Report. And last I checked, we're running out of time. Go on ahead, hit that sub button for me. Help us beat the Jets Report here at Chat Sports. The bosses just started a division rival page. And I'm going to be honest, they can't do this to us. They cannot do this to us. They've only been a channel for like 2 months now. I cannot have them win. Go on ahead, hit that sub button. If you want to beat the Jets Report here on this month's subscriber battle, help us. 1,200 subscribers so far. You guys know what to do. On top of the first question here, should we trade Rhamondre and draft Dylan Sampson in the third and have him back up Gibson or start him? From Oregon Lover. Overall, I think this is a really, really good running back draft class. Whether that should be Dylan Sampson in the third round or another player, I do think there is an opportunity for a running back to go to the Patriots at some point in these rounds. You also have to think, if the Patriots do not trade any draft picks, and it currently stands, they will have 2 picks in the third round. So even if they want to go out and get a wide receiver like Savion Williams and then possibly draft somebody like Dylan Sampson in the third, they still could. But I want to hone in on this number one question. Trade Rhamondre Stevenson. I do think that if you can get something good for him, I do think Rhamondre Stevenson may have played his last snap in New England. Do I want that? Absolutely not. I think there's still something in there that he hasn't unlocked yet, and maybe it'll be different with a new offensive scheme under Josh McDaniels, but I don't know if we cannot have an established run game this year. Last year, it was fine because the Patriots struggled in a lot of different areas. But if you really get a top wide receiver, you get a good offensive line, and you have Drake May, but you still don't have a run game, it's going to be tough to win some ball games. So I do think we should keep Gibson, though. I think that would be a good pickup to keep around. Michael Robinson, next question. Do you think Travis with Gonzalez will be a number 1 cornerback duo? Yes. Hell yes. I think he'll possibly end up being a cornerback. I know he definitely says he wants to play both ways, but even Julian Edelman says it takes a toll, man. I think Travis Hunter being a cornerback would do wonders in the NFL. However, I do also think that Travis Hunter may not be available for the Patriots with pick number 4. And if he's not, I think our best option is pairing Gonzo with a veteran in DJ Reed. I think Jonathan Jones is a good veteran in terms of locker room presence, but I don't know if he's that guy that can keep up with Gonzo's skills. I think DJ Reed can. He's phenomenal at pass breakups. Even though interceptions aren't his number 1 ability, I think that he has great coverage. He can run more man-to-man schemes, and I think that anybody of that caliber, a Travis Hunter, a DJ Reed, would be a good pair with Gonzalez because you want to try to get a guy that can mimic that talent, not bring him down. G. Bofa. Boy, film. Excuse me. Patriots, honestly, I think it would be bad to trade Joe. I feel like he's going to be a Hurts/Cam type of guy, number 1. Hell of a statement. But I can't say I disagree with you. I think Joe Milton showcased more than Patriots fans realized in that Week 18 win. And maybe it's because we didn't want to win that ball game. We wanted Joe Milton to fail, so you're probably trying to talk yourself out of him. He showcased arm strength, little bit inaccurate, but, his first NFL game fully, 4 quarters as a rookie. His speed is uncanny. He has field IQ like none other. He knows when to scramble. He knows when to pass. He knows when to get it away. So I do think Joe Milton is going to be a really good talent. And like I've said, I don't want to trade Joe Milton either because when you have such a very rare duo in QB1 and QB2 that mimic the same kind of playing abilities, strong arms, not afraid to scramble, not afraid to slide to get the first down, trick plays, that can be really beneficial for a Patriots offense. But if Joe Milton can get us other assets, you might have to say goodbye. But I do agree. We could live to regret it. And you can record this and use it against me later if he ends up being a bust. Christian Gonzalez coming in. With the Patriots moving on from Godchaux, does that add more heat to the Mason Graham as a possible pick? I would hope so. I definitely would. I think that also with the Davon Godchaux thing, you have to realize they probably don't want to go through what they did last year, which was Godchaux holding out because he wanted to get paid. If Godchaux wants a trade, you might just have to give it to him to try and avoid some of that drama that you had last year. We're trying to start fresh, and we're trying to win some ball games. I'm not opposed to trading Godchaux. I think that it would be a good asset to get some good players back or draft picks, but it does suck because he's very good at what he does at that defensive tackle position. So if you end up getting rid of him, I could see Mason Graham possibly being a pick for us with number 4, or maybe trading for a Jonathan Allen or trying to replace him if they do decide to make a deal with a team in the NFL. So I have a question here for you guys. Speaking of Mason Graham, which position should the Patriots draft first? Type D for defense, type O for offense. Which side of the football should New England really try to work on with pick number 4 in the 2025 NFL Draft? We have plenty of more questions coming up here, but first, let me make sure you guys look as fresh as possible. There's a great deal going on right now, 50% off t-shirts for New England Patriots football. They're right now $19.99. They were originally $40. If you use this link, chatsports.com/New England T. It's going to get you guys this super nice t-shirt. You can wear it wherever, bars, games, sporting events, concerts, doesn't matter. Maybe just walking your dog in downtown Boston. You can get it in blue. You can get it in red. You can get it in white. And I think it'll look great in Gillette Stadium later this fall. Go on ahead, get yourself this New England Patriots t-shirt. Use our link with our friends over at Fanatics, chatsports.com/New England T. 50% off, $19.99 while sizes last. I'm going to put this link to the shirt in the comment section down below underneath the video. Make sure you click it. Takes you right there. All right, another question from Kalelama. Allie, what players are you looking forward to seeing at Combine this weekend? Ooh, love this. Really looking forward to seeing some sleepers. I want to see a little bit more of the 3rd, 4th round guys that you're like, damn, he ran a what at the 40-yard dash? I think Williams out of TCU could be a very sleeper wide receiver pick around round 3, or maybe Xavier Restrepo. But also there are going to be those guys of the Will Campbells and the Mason Grahams. You want to see how they are, what their characteristics and attributes will look like, and what they can provide the New England Patriots. But the NFL Combine, I try to look at who could be a next possible Patriot, but also just see who's going to be a next great player in the NFL. Another one coming in from Oregon lover Allie. What would be the perfect spot to trade down to if top 3 is Cam Ward, Travis Hunter, and Abdul Carter? Well, you could always take Mason Graham with number 4, but if not, I think that trading with the Raiders might be a really good position just because you know they're going to need somebody like Shedeur Sanders if they end up not getting somebody like Matthew Stafford. So you go back down a couple of spots, maybe to number 6. You could still possibly take a Will Campbell, Kelvin Banks Jr., Tetairoa McMillan. You can snag another asset from the Raiders if you decide to trade that 4th round pick. And I think 5 through 10 isn't bad to pick from either. The Patriots, we kind of screwed ourselves with not having that number 1 pick in the draft. So at this point, when you're not extremely draft dependent, like you don't necessarily need a quarterback, I think that I think the lowest I would go is probably 8, but I think 6 with the Raiders would be a pretty good switch up. MA177 Patriots, if Carter is gone by 4, but Hunter is still there, would you take Tet or Hunter? Ooh. I'm probably going to go with Hunter if he decides to play one way, and that's cornerback. I think that Travis Hunter in the secondary can be extremely lethal, and I think that we have the capabilities to make one of the best secondaries in the NFL, pairing him with Christian Gonzalez. I don't think many NFL teams can say that. However, if Travis Hunter decides to be a wide receiver and only a wide receiver, then I would consider taking Tetairoa McMillan. I've been a big fan of Tetairoa McMillan, 6'5". I think his catch radius is phenomenal. He does really good at separation as well, and he's not afraid to allow that inaccurate pass to be an incomplete. He'll strive to make sure that ball is caught, which I think could go a long way for a Patriots wide receiver core that doesn't give me enough every single Sunday. So I'm going to go Tetairoa if Hunter's a wide receiver, but I'm going to go Hunter if he decides to be a cornerback. Haven, what are your thoughts on Polk and Baker? I want to see them ball out, and I think Vrabel could fix them up, man. I don't know. I do agree. I have been guilty of writing off Javon Baker and Jalen Polk in the first year, and I hope they prove me wrong. I saw too many inconsistent catches and drops, and I heard way too much about them talking how great they are and never being able to showcase it. So I hope that with Mike Vrabel, he gives them the confidence to be good wide receivers. I don't know if they had that. I don't understand why Javon Baker was a healthy scratch so many games this last year, knowing that we had a pretty open wide receiver core that could have just been best man up. So I do hope that Javon Baker finds his footing. He's been working out. So is Jalen Polk. And hopefully with Josh McDaniels, they can find some light and see what works for them moving forward. But that'll be it here for our mailbag on today's show. Thank you guys so much for sending in questions. And if you guys ever want to talk ball, you are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter. But go on ahead, hit that sub button for me on Patriots Today by Chat Sports if you guys have not already.